Hi, it's Faces Tech. I've been looking around on Reddit lately and NDS subreddit and Game Boy Macro. A few people have said they don't like the Game Boy Lite's D-pad. It feels mushy, which I kind of agree. It is weird that they went from clicky buttons from the Phat to membrane buttons on the Lite and then back to clicky buttons on the DSi. Probably to do with cost, really. So a few people said, could you make it like clicky like the DS Phat? And I was like, well, yeah, well, I'll look into it. So had a look. Yeah, there is test points for all the buttons. Um, the biggest issue was trying to find the correct clicky buttons. But what I did was first started with the D-pad, mark that out, mark the test points out. Basically added in the ones for the Game Boy Macro for the speaker as well, because it's universal. Then it's kind of like thrown in for free. If you want to use it, use it. If you don't. You know. So once I got that one sorted out, I got it back. It was with these smaller, really clicky buttons. But as you can hear, they're like well too clicky. So back to the drawing board. I eventually found these buttons, which are the exact same ones that you get in like a DS Phat, Game Boy GBA SP. They're actually the replacement ones for them. So I found them, sorted them out, got this other board done better layout. Because the one I had the speaker, I had the plus and minus for the speaker, which was tied to the ground of the LED for the top screen, but it put too much resistance on the board and it wouldn't boot. So I had to change that. I just had a single plus leg of the speaker, and then you put the minus onto one of the four shielding legs on the charger, and there you go. You got your split speaker. And then this other side, I basically mapped out exactly the same. Got a bit more confident because I knew how to sort of do all the printing, do the testing, and all that kind of stuff. But I couldn't find a ground point on this one. I was using the ground point on that one from the LED, but this one I couldn't find a ground point, so I basically just ended up having a solder point and then a bit of enamel wire. You could have soldered onto this point here at the front, but it interferes with the hinge if you're using a DS Lite with the hinge here. So any solder would obviously get in the way of this. But luckily on the back, the exact same, another solder point on the back, so you can just solder to that. Just has the enamel wire that comes round, solder straight to that, so it's all good. You know, I am going to be releasing these files, the board files, so you can go and make your own. It's under a non-commercial license, so you can make them and use them for your own projects, but please do not sell them. But I bet you're waiting to see what these, or to hear what they sound like. So I've made a Game Boy Macro switch screen one, basically, and added these clicky buttons to it. As you can hear, listen to that D-pad. I'll show you a little bit of gameplay, because that's what we're here for, isn't it? At the end of the day. Let's have a look. Load up. It does feel really nice. It does make a difference to have the clickiness. This is the switch screen mod that I do, so you can still play DS games. But as you can see, they work absolutely flawless. Really am happy with it. It does really, you know, it's kind of thing that, you know, I wish Nintendo had done. So it does make that's what makes the DSi feel like a much more superior console with the clicky buttons, and they're only really subtly clicky as well. They're not like really annoying. They're just there, nice and subtle. So yeah, as usual, there'll be a blog post with a bit more of a walkthrough, a bit more of an explanation, an install guide as well. Because if I'm actually going to be selling these in my eBay shop, so all that'll be there. There'll be a video to watch for that. There'll be other, but the bits and bobs. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.